We are live! Welcome back! How's it going? Alright.
Howdy.
Tell us, Leda, what is today? What's on the itinerary for today? What are we doing?
Hoba wants to have a talk with Despair and then have a talk with Galileo about relationship stuff.
Relationship stuff. Okay. Where does he go? What time of day?
This is the 27th, right?
Yes.
So this is probably afternoon. He would
So,
probably go to Despair's room with some fresh flowers.
that's cute. Find her room. Find her door.
Would knock on the door.
Little delay. Door opens. Sivan, you're present. Gives you a big smile. Immediately rushes to hug you. Hi. What brings you here?
I wanted to talk to you.
Love that. Pulls him into the room.
Also, here.
For me?
For you.
Beaming a smile. Walks over to the kitchen. See some things start floating around on their own, moving around. She starts filling up a vase with water. You didn't feel jealous of Tommy, did you? And he got flowers for Tea and Law.
I got flowers for you first, didn't I?
You did. Just asking.
No. I mean, but if you want to give me flowers, I wouldn't say no.
Noted. Puts the flowers up on the counter. You float for a little. So, what do you want to talk about?
Couple of things. Plus, just enjoy your company. But
You know, you can always come over whenever you want. Ooh, let me show you some sketches. Takes out her sketchbook.
Ooh.
But go on.
like, yes. Well, I guess I wanna know you even better. You know, I feel like we keep running into fun lore about each other by accident via other people. You know.
I know what you mean. Okay. Folds her arms, thinking. There's, I guess, just mostly just things that happened, more than there's stuff about me. It's,
Kind of squints. That can't be true.
I don't imagine I'm all that different in terms of things I do compared to the other Redsars. Kind of all have the same life. It's just a little few things are different here and there. I don't know. What do you want to know?
We can start simple and dig deeper. What's your favorite animal?
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Why rabbits?
They're cute and small and in great population during the winter. If you can find them while they're hibernating.
Okay, okay.
And she like grimaces a little. They make for pretty easy experiment subjects.
Despair.
What? I don't like testing my stuff on people first.
I mean, but you pick your favorite animal instead?
Well, yeah, I like them so much because I take care of so many of them. Imagine if they weren't my favorite animal. That'd be so fucked up.
I don't know, in my head, it feels like it would be easier to experiment on if... I don't know.
Something you hate? Then it'd be channeled by hate. I don't like that.
So you're only doing good experiments then?
She looks away.
Good
Good for humanity.
Good for humanity, yes, yes. Did some poor rabbit get dosed with THC?
He seemed like he
Or
was having
height.
a good time.
Alright, alright. So you like rabbits. You've dabbled in ballet, from what I've heard. Not Sam being muted.
Apologies. Repeat your last.
Saying, alright, you like rabbits, and you've dabbled in ballet, from what I've heard. You like to draw.
I'd
Any
say they did a
other
little bit more
hobby?
than dabble. It's
Ah,
one of
well.
my physical electives. It was Master Kinesis' idea. Took it with us. Oh, I guess she taught me mostly.
I see. So say, hypothetically, if I ask you in Kinesis to dance, you could perform a ballet thing.
It's a little shy. We could. I don't know if Master Kinesis want to.
Why not? Did you not enjoy ballet?
I do, it's just... I've never performed it. Just take it for the discipline and the choreography.
Learning to dance but never performing. Feels like a missed opportunity.
It feels like you're looking for Alexander. That, or you just want to see me in tights.
Can I not do both things?
You can. You want to see Alexander in tights?
It would be... I have a visual in my head.
It's very graceful. Surprising to know.
Very great. You know, I don't think I've had a proper conversation with that man.
It's a shame. I feel like you two would get along really well. You both talk weird.
Everyone keeps saying it.
Hey, maybe weird is a bad word. Romantic. You're both very romantic. Very
Ah,
chivalrous. That's the word.
I see.
I like chivalrous.
That's good to know. I feel like there's more.
What about you?
Kind of just.
What are some
Oh,
of your favorite things to do? What's your favorite animal?
favorite animal. It is so hard for me to pick because I own a lot of dogs. Ooh, and then he'll reach into his pocket and produce a wallet which has like a fold out of a bunch of photos, and each one will have like a different one of his dogs in them.
Oh, I love them. Where are they?
Back in New Orleans.
These are such cute dogs.
Yeah.
Have you only ever taken care of dogs
Uh,
before?
well, back in the Pride, we kind of he makes like air quotes with his fingers, adopted a bunch of lion cubs.
Okay. And did you?
Adopted as in the adults attacked us, lost, and there was just a bunch of cubs. So we picked one.
You Game of Thrones a bunch of lion cubs?
It's hey, listen.
So what? Did each member of the Pride get their own dire cub? Is that what happened?
We got dire cubs, yes.
That's cute. You're still around.
Yes, yes.
Squid said it. I'd like to see them.
Wait, sorry, wait, what? Wait, what did you say?
She said I'd like to see them sometime.
The cubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also would. It's like I'm assuming they're around. I've heard stories. It's been a while, you know.
Right. I saw you talked to some Saki people at the party. Did that go well? You didn't really give me much details last time.
Yesn't?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
Wait. Yes, that is. Yes, I feel like I owe you a lot of explanations.
Tilts her
Where
head.
to begin? Okay, what do you know so far so I can catch you up to speed to where I'm at?
Puts a finger to her lip. Raised by the Zaki, another militant vessel group that takes in child soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Left 10 years ago when the king tried to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You're called on Manfield?
Okay, yeah, so that's a new one. Okay, so apparently when I thought, the king had like tried to kill me, I thought I had like survived. So it turns out I did pretty much die. Um then on my way to passing on, something intervened and then it gave and then I kind of yoinked my body to where my soul was, and my soul went to my family back in New Orleans because I had some family there, and then I was saved. revived.
She follows the story very closely, very intently, listening to every word. Squints when he says he died. Eyes soften a little. Puts a hand on his shoulder. Gets closer in his space. Just kind of hugs him. Aww.
Like, turn on his shadow skin so he can like hug her properly.
Sit on his lap. Just kind of let him go on. So, you can. Who intervened? You see her already like a bunch of questions swirling in her mind.
Apparently a cardinal?
That causes the whites of her eyes immediately to blacken. She just stares at him. They're not supposed to do that.
There was a reason,
For you, the reason.
I assume. I don't know if it was specific to me or Aslan. Well, I mean, you know how I was cursed. We have reasons to believe that he is in possession of the Wrathful One.
She frowns.
So I have a feeling that the issue is more him and the Wrathful One increasing in power than specifically me being spared.
Make an insight check.
Not fighting me, roll 20.
It's like the fight.
Okay. Insight check.
Looking over her expression, her eyes remain blackened, her iris is shimmering orange and golds, magic funneling through her. You can kind of feel her almost like vibrating, like jittery. Not in an uncomfortable way, just like she's full of energy all of a sudden. They aren't supposed to do that.
What does it say? You
You-
good?
I'm fine. Just thinking. They aren't supposed to do that. They do that. Looks up to him. You and Tommy. I did that for you. They're
Kind of
not
like,
supposed to.
what are they supposed to do?
Stop other Celestials from intervening.
Just Celestials?
You see her pondering. The insight tells us she's not trying from you. It's more like she's not sure if she should or can say what she's thinking. How much do you know about the Cardinals?
Based on the things I've seen, and, well, I guess what I've personally experienced feels like not enough. I have an assumption, and based on what I recall Barrier mentioning, but I assume the rule is a balancing force. Keep, you know, the human realm human, and keep extra planers from gaining too much power, no?
She
Or
frowns.
interfering in our affairs too much.
She nods, and you feel her psychic tether linked to you. Continues this conversation telepathically. That's pretty much gist of it. They're not supposed to intervene. They're supposed to stop other things from intervening. If something gets too out of hand and humans can't stop it, then they protect the humans. That's what they're supposed to do. Why
Well,
did saving you... Why did they care? I care. She immediately kind of rushes, like, hugs him. Oh, I'm very happy they brought you back. I don't know which cardinal did it, but I should thank them for it. But, like, you know?
temperance.
Temperance. Thinks on that. You think Aslan still has the Wrathful One?
I do.
Frowns.
I believe he's cursed my entire pride.
Frown gets bigger. This... This is why
It's actually
we don't deal with them. We don't deal with celestials, fiends, the like. Even if taking their help helps us once or twice or in the long run. Not really free willed at that point. It's kind of like, they're gonna have their plans and they're gonna make their plans happen through us. Not a lot of times those plans are healthy for us. If furrows her brow some more. You see her thinking long about this. You're called on Monfew.
the exile.
What I've heard, you're supposed to free them from Aslan. Or some of the reports are right. Just free Africa from some monster.
Free them or die trying, yes.
You're not gonna die.
I certainly don't intend to.
Better not. Tightens her hold on him a little.
At this point, it's... Well, who the monster is in these many prophecies can differ.
Yeah, we have a whole class dedicated to studying prophecies. They're all, you know, metaphorical, allegories. They're never straightforward.
At the end of the day, I think the Wrathful One is definitely involved. Hell, based on the tarot reading, was shown a vision of sorts. It's actually dangerous for me to even approach my Pride members. maybe even potentially be dangerous to even use magic on them. At least stuff that links us.
They're all cursed.
Hmm. You know, it's
I'm sorry, Koba. Did, did your conversation with them go well? Did it sound like they wanted to keep talking to you?
yes.
That's good.
They they very much so miss me.
Smiles at that. As they should. And that means there's hope. That means that somewhere deep down, they still want the good part of you, right?
It's just the difficulty comes from removing the rot, I guess.
It's not an easy process, depending on how deep it is. So, you saw what we needed to do for Tommy.
Yeah, I was actually eventually hoping to ask Barrier for even thinking of the logistics of that. Say, and this hypothetical future where Aslan's gone, the Wrathful One is exercised, but then I still have a pride full of cursed family, and I, for as much as it continues to pain me, my abilities are not in the healing or cleansing. I wouldn't know how to help them past removing the source.
Looks to the side. Yeah, I know that feeling. A lot of my powers are mostly destructive. I've figured out a few ways to make them help people, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to help them either. But there are people who can. Master Barrier, he's so busy, I don't know if he'd be able to help them all, but if she grimaces a bit, if any of them would join the Ritsars, we have the mages capable of doing it here.
You want me to convince a Zaki member to join the Reach Summit?
It's a new frontier. Maybe they'd see it as a challenge.
Hmm.
And then she tightens her grip on him. You and I could be together. Always.
He like raises his eyebrows, like he was not he missed where she was going with that. Like, oh, you want me to join the Reach Sires?
Well, do you want to?
I can't.
Frowns. Why not?
For a couple of reasons. One of them being that with Aslan gone, assuming, then apparently that position goes to me.
Kind of wide eyes a little. You'd be king.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want that?
It definitely sounds like a lot of stress, but Really, I don't know. It's not. I'll tell you, it wasn't in my list of future aspirations, you know? I wasn't over in New Orleans thinking, yeah, when I go back, I'm going to be king. But
Thinking about it.
I, I care the most about the pride.
So if the Pride
And the
had
thing
another
about,
home, you'd go with them.
suppose, but the thing about the pride is that what the Zaki Nation has become, we bled for that. We built those roads. It would feel, I don't know, unfulfilling to just leave that all behind, you know?
She, like, laughs through her nose a little. She doesn't necessarily agree with him. Like, she looks up at him, gives him an sympathetic smile. Yeah, it's hard to leave home.
Well, say I become king, and I offer you citizenship within the Zaki Empire.
Half
Would you
smile,
leave the
getting wider.
region?
I can't. I'm Healthsworn.
Hmm.
Couldn't leave if I wanted to. Serve the military. Serve Mother Russia. This is where I belong.
I see. I suppose that also brings the other reason I cannot, for I am also Oathsworn.
Looks down a little, just clawing at his shirt a little with her hand. If hypothetically, if I did go with you, would I just be another Zaki citizen?
No.
What would I do? What would you have me do?
What would you want to do?
Thinks on that. Be the shield that guards the realms of men.
Zaki can always use more protectors. We're very welcoming to vessels.
Sure. Kind of like flips her hair a little. I'm sure I'd be very welcome.
You, with how strong you are, you probably immediately earn the title of a lion.
You're a lion?
Yes.
Well, my title?
Hmm. Get back to me on that. I'll have to think on it.
Maybe I'll get back to you on that too.
Okay. But other things. Ah, we haven't exactly talked about what happened at the mall.
He blinks at him. With Cordelia.
With Cordelia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you also sounded like you were going through.
Looks up at his eyes and looks aside. It wasn't about me. She thinks a lot of the ways I think. Used to, still do. I saw myself in her shoes a little too much. And, like, frazzles her hair a little. It's a bad place to be. It's, I guess, more of a vulnerable place to be. I'm glad you were there. It sounded. I probably shouldn't say what she was thinking. I think you got a good idea already.
More or less, but if you ever feel yourself sinking into that headspace again, how would you like me to help you?
Things. She's sitting on his lap, but this time she kind of shuffles her legs to straddle him a bit more. You already are. Just being around. Just talking to you.
Okay.
Guess if I'm ever hard to read, just call me out on it. I don't like to be. Firmly believe open dialogue is going to solve a lot of problems. It's just some people don't like saying what's on their mind. That's where I come in. I change that.
Okay.
The shoes on the other foot, though, can't read my mind. I can't say when or if I'll ever just not tell you what I'm feeling. But if I do, if you think I'm not, just call me out on it.
Okay. And I think I'll ask you a few questions then.
Okay.
After the resolution of that talk with Cordelia, you discussed whether or not we're a throuple now. Is that a thing you're looking or wanting to explore with some people?
Blushes. Yeah. Few people.
I know we expressed our interest in some people, but suppose it should be more clear in who are some people who you want to move to a more permanent role with.
That question definitely seems to just get her mind buzzing. See her eyes flashing a little. More permanent? He gets a bit more red. I don't know about permanent. I don't know if people even really want me like that. But I guess just people who I want
Long
to be close.
term. I'll use the word long term then if you're less comfortable with permanent.
It pouts a little. Tommy, but please take it.
I was about to say.
Um, I don't really have someone else I'm like this with. Guess Alexander? But he's possessive and obsessive. Which is nice sometimes, but not all the time.
You do seem to like when I am possessive.
And sometimes it's nice.
Do you dislike Naomi?
No, not at all. She's great. What? Is that someone you want more long term?
She has piqued my interest.
She squints. How much?
Did you see what she got me for Christmas?
She cooked something for you. Jambalaya.
Yeah.
It smelled good.
That was... I still have some in my fridge. That was a recipe that she got off of my family back in New Orleans.
So sweet of her. Aww. I feel like I gotta do something better. So gross.
You put your sweat and you got me a... You painted something for me. Like, for us, really. I have that shit on my wall in my room. I cherish that.
Yeah. As well.
There's no need to compare gifts, but... You know, that feels like one that I can't exactly just... You know, move on from, especially seeing as we're fairly intimate with her, no?
She nods. I've gotten closer too. She's brilliant. She just works in a way I've never seen anyone else work. She's like juggling 100 things all at once and somehow still making them all just happen.
Yeah.
She's also really sweet. To me. I know it doesn't have to be. When I first met her, it didn't feel like she wanted to be. But she has been. I like her for that. Guess I haven't really talked to her
Tilted.
personally. I haven't really asked her much about herself. Beyond work.
Beyond work. Well, someone to get to know.
She nods.
Okay.
She feels very secretive. Is that just me?
I mean, kind of looks around. We kind of do work for the CIA, so he shrugs.
Yeah, I get it.
Comes with the territory, you know.
Oh, I know. I like connecting to people. I don't take my work relationships like they're just work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she sees me that way though.
I can ask.
Mm, I guess, yeah. You think there's a good chance to? If
I
she,
don't see why not.
if she does want something more long term with you, but not with me, going to keep us both.
He tilts his head to the side at that, like looking at her. From my understanding, that's not something that you would be particularly happy with.
I don't have a problem with, you know, sharing you. Mm. She like grimaces a little. I don't want to feel like I'm competing. I'm gonna share you. I want to, you know, everyone wins it. We're all happy.
Yes, this is sort of how I like to operate. You are sort of a first situation for me.
First situation?
Sort of like I've back in the Zaki, it wasn't like there was any particular relationships. We just had each other and we were with each other. Then in New Orleans, there wasn't really any hard set lines or titles or anything. You are the first individual I've really called a girlfriend.
That makes her beam. I didn't know that.
So with how I normally operate, I've been trying to figure out how to move with that while also making you happy. And as we know, bumps along the road with the whole Tommy shenanigans, but ahaha.
We doing that again.
No, exactly. And I hence why I want to have this discussion with you, sort of like how to operate in that space. So say we run into someone who only wants one of us, but they also want to stick around as well.
Wonders that for a while. They want one of us. You want to stick around for a while. You're gonna have find a way to make the other person happy. It's a prerequisite. If someone wanted to have me and only me and not you, they would still have to find a way to make you happy. Vice versa.
Those feel like good terms.
Maybe if there's someone you want to have and it's just for the fun, I don't mind that. She like pinches his sides, send an invite when prompted. But you know, like rolls her eyes a little. Guess I was mostly upset about the Tommy thing because it's Tommy. I really like him. I thought he's back. He, I don't know, seek me out first, or see along at me. I don't know. I just thought I'd be in his hit list. She grimaces a little.
I really. That was a man who had been starved for 4 years, and I was alone with him in a locker room. I don't.
Takes a deep breath in and then sighs. I forgive you. I forgive him.
That
Which I could have fed him. But whatever.
I am sorry for that. We should set up a double date with them.
Yes, we should.
We have so many double dates in the future.
I don't know how many of them are actually gonna go through. It feels like Naomi's the only one who actually ever talks to me about them.
You know, you're so right.
I mean, at that
Kinda
point,
lean.
is it really even a double date? It just kind of feels like, double date. And
You know, and if we just keep having throuple dates, then maybe just be a throuple is what I've been saying. But
I am open to the idea. I think Naomi's great. Just need to get to know her better.
yeah, I don't think Mika thinks I'm attractive.
Her loss. I know she finds me attractive.
Yeah, no, listen, because truly at this point, it's gotta be me. Because I just remember I came onto the dance floor. She was having a great time with you and Naomi. I
Mm-hmm.
approached, I borderline get his stat.
You remember that? That was really weird.
Yep, and then later, having a lunch with Naomi and Akihiko and Mika, and then now I'm just like, yeah, we should go out and have fun at some point. And they're kind of like, yeah, that never panned out. I'm like, at this point, it's gotta be me, right? And then back at the Christmas party, you once again offered for us to hang out, and then we got aired again. So it's, I know she likes you. I know she likes Naomi. It's hard for it not to feel personal, you know?
She kisses him. It is personal. Fuck that bitch. And if it's not, I hope she lives happy in her ignorance. Besides, if I was really a villain, it would not be difficult to take Akihiko from her. But that's just me.
Damn. Do you have tea?
No. It's just... He has eyes. Gestures at herself. And I can hear everything behind those eyes. Gestures to her head. I'll give him props for his loyalty. It's a good thing I fight for the forces of good.
Oh, the things you could do if you were bad.
A few bad things if you ask me to.
Don't distract me.
Fine.
Yes, another thing I wanted to bring up. Tati,
Shakes her head a little, like
I've
that's a topic change. Okay.
sorry, completely unrelated. I feel like, she's your Padawan, so I feel like I should like get to know her better, no?
Yeah, I'd love that. Well, I would love that. I think Tati would like to get to know you as well. It's just how do I put this? She's very work pilled. And
Very worked.
yeah. It really only her friends can kind of get her out of that. She doesn't like meeting new people. I guess she's not that she doesn't like it, it's just she's not used to it. She only recently, this year, came out of the temple. So just give her time.
Okay. But I liked her gift she got me.
Wasn't it? I thought the thing she got. She grits her teeth a little. She's really a forward thinker, always thinking ahead. That's exactly what people want. Takes a deep breath in. And I love that girl. She has such a kind heart. She could be so powerful.
Does she have special eyes? Like, can she see things?
She nods. It's part of her vessel ability. I can't say much, but yeah, she can read people in, I'd say, probably a deeper way than I can.
I know you can't say much, but I guess I would inquire. I recently noticed vessel mutation I gained that I do not know how to use and have only been able to use once. Where I was able to see souls.
Oh, that's
Like,
interesting. What did you see?
like here. He taps her chest and sends her an encode thoughts of seeing his soul with the scars and Nova's soul with the scars.
Eyes shimmer gold and orange. She blinks, ending the vision. Oh. Whoa. That's... Oh. She, like, sinks more into him. That is really cool. Was that... She squints at him. Okay. You need to start talking, pokes his chest. What happened to you on the solstice? Pokes his chest. Because you came back different.
I think I can neither confirm nor deny without the Secretary's approval.
So it's a Bermuda thing.
Honestly, ask Templar.
Fine. But whatever you guys did on the solstice, you all came back different. Auras were completely different. It's like you evolved rapidly. Those kinds of things aren't usually safe. Not all Vest abilities have flaws. you know, if you have one, you evolve, you could also evolve your flaw. And if you
He'll
didn't
like
have one before, maybe you could develop a new one.
he'll like cup her cheeks and be like, "Can you argue with the result?"
Like, stares at his hand, grabs his wrist, and just kind of curls into his hand some more. No. I'm very
And
happy
also,
with the results.
I do have a vessel flaw. It just has not become relevant here.
Tell me.
I have no buoyancy.
It takes her a second to really process how that translates. You sink.
Right to the bottom.
Sorry, shouldn't I? Can't stop. Can't help myself. She's just giggling.
No, it is funny. Just
Well, is it you have no buoyancy or you have anti-buoyancy? Like, does water want you to sink, or if I threw you in with floaties, the floaties would keep you up?
you know, we didn't really experiment with it.
What do you mean you didn't
Past.
experiment with it?
Well, you see, how we learned this.
Wait. Have you ever gone swimming before?
I've walked through a river while other people played in it.
Like, past his chest, like they didn't put like a life vest on you or give you like, you know, like an inflatable like loop?
You think they gave us those things in the Zaki?
You could get those at the dollar stores. You pass his chest. I'm sure
We didn't have
somewhere
one.
in Africa there's a dollar store. You guys see cities and stuff.
They didn't give us what are we gonna get? Everyone be like, "Hey, Koba, here's a floaty for you." No, listen. How we even learned that this was a thing is that we were on a boat, and I said something off kilter to Breeze, so she blew me off the boat, and the next thing I knew, I was at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, that actually must be really scary. Cups his face.
It's funny looking back on it, but at the time, she had to cast water walking on me, or else that was
Okay.
So now I'm on edge when I'm on boats, but you know, we're not on boats, so we're fine. It's fine.
New date idea. We go swimming.
Huh?
I can't. Oh, not to say I can't go in water, but if I go in water, I need like a full suit, or else there won't be water there for long. Or maybe we could go like diving.
I think.
You know, you were already gonna be at the bottom. I'll just join you. I could drag you along, hook you on like a rope.
Or I just function as your anchor.
That's it.
It sounds chaotic, but with you, I'm sure it'll be fun.
She beams a smile. That's fun. But spinning back.
Hmm?
You can see souls. At least you can kind of sense them.
Yes. I feel like that's a thing that I want to train more. Now, I know you can't say for sure, but if I were to try and practice with Tanti, do you think she could help with that?
She nods. Yeah. I think both of us could probably help you a lot.
Okay. That could be a fun thing we can do.
Okay. Yeah, actually, let's do that. That'll help you connect to Tati too.
Exactly.
So like hops a little in his lap. Okay, let's do that. I don't know when we can set that up because we can't go to the embassy. But
Yeah.
we could always train here.
You have a nice room.
Mm-hmm.
This is nice.
It is. Smells good. Is there something else you wanted to run by me?
He thinks.
Something else you want to run through me?
Later tonight. Like, hey, I am saving up my stamina.
You gonna talk to Naomi today?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, yeah.
She knows.
And I will keep you posted on how that goes.
Got her.
Alright. I'll kiss her again.
Sinks into the kiss.
Long
Hugs him.
and slow.
For sure.
Then I'll stand. Say, alright. I'll see you later today. Or tonight.
Not soon enough. See you.
Bye.
Alright. Walks into the door.
And
Shuts him away.
alright. Then, for Naomi, he would book a black room.
Okay. Travel to the embassy. Black room
Invited.
is currently in low usage. Most of delegates, diplomats that would be at the embassy are back home. Still waiting for post New Year's to come back and resume the summit. So, book the black room, get yourself organized. You are there?
He would do two things. A, he would invite Naomi to the black room. Then he'd ask her how she likes her coffee, and then he would send out an order for said coffee.
Coffee. 3 creams, 3 honeys. If you have hazelnuts, 2 of those.
Response: decadent.
She arrives at the black room. You see her almost like checking her corners as she opens the door before fully walking in and closing the door behind her.
Have you been jumped in the black room before?
No, I just don't know exactly who's going to be listening to this conversation. She peeks her eyes around. She's kind of just scanning the corners. I don't know who might be taking particularly nosy interest in you and I being in the black room together for an extended amount of time.
Fair enough. I'll do a peruse. And he'll kind of like He'll burn key to extend his blind sense so it covers the whole room.
Want to make a perception
And
check?
is there anyone in the... Yeah, I'll make the perception check. Oh wait, there's more. Let's see, yeah, 20 perception.
Scan the room, your blind sight covering. You see a silhouette of somebody just sitting across from you on the table.
He'll just slow turn towards it. It just say, "Do you live in here?"
Shakes their head no, but says nothing.
Can we have the room, please?
Silhouette stands. Promptly walks over to the door. The door slides open on its own. You see Naomi just kind of looking at you and then looks at the door. You see the silhouette exit. Sliding door closes again.
Yeah, now I think we're alone.
Let's out a sigh. What is... I can't think of that. That's too many variables. So, what did you want with me? Approaches, takes a seat next to him.
Hands her the coffee she ordered.
Sniffs it, blows on it a little. It's just a... That is spot on.
As you know, I'm good at following instructions.
No, I'm very aware.
But, you know... I figured I do enjoy spending time with you, for one. And for two, figure there's some things to catch up on.
Oh. Come to have a coffee date with me then?
Yeah.
Holds her legs. Well, do share. What new bit of tea do you have for me? Sips of coffee.
Well, I never did get to give you the tea on how I ended up with 3 reclutas.
Do share now.
Yes. So, due to some shenanigans, Remnant found out about the Foundation. So, I sort of
Your fault?
recruited...
Your fault?
Not my fault, actually.
Squints at him.
Bancrofts.
She bites her lip. Bancroft. Go on.
sort of via a dream that was accidentally shared. You know the whole Bastille Day thing?
You see her cyber eyes flash red and yellow, and then she nods.
Yeah, she saw a perspective of that entire thing.
Through Bancroft.
Through Bancroft.
And so you decided to recruit her.
Yes,
What did she say about
the
Bastille
goal.
Day?
A lot. I learned General Savimbi is Templar. Inga confirmed. Julie de Leon confirmed. They tried to bring in the chair of Nizia, but Inga very quickly got her the fuck out of there.
Bancroft's perspective.
Yes.
How did she get these visions?
A dream.
She sighs a little. A dream.
A dream via Bancroft's memory.
How reliable?
Hard to gauge, but a lot of the information lines up.
You're pondering. Do you have a list of everyone she saw?
He'll take out a pen and paper and write it down and then hand it to her.
Scans over the names on the paper. Taps a finger on it once, and it catches on fire and burns.
He puts away a lighter he was about to take out.
This complicates things. These names are too high value for us to try and deal with them now, at least. If we made any moves against anyone, it's a Templar. We'd likely destabilize the GDF, ruin all the work we've done already.
That is really the angle I'm seeing on it.
Forgive me. You did not come here to talk to me about work. Yet. Raises an eyebrow.
I figured I'd start with the work talk before I get into the other stuff.
Smirks a little. Tell me more about Cordelia.
What would you like to know?
How is your relationship with her? She's a recruiter. She's a member of your team. You get along well? Are you close? Very close.
We are pretty close.
Closer than you and I.
Lot of things with Cordelia that close in a different way. Although whether that is to remain, that can be up to discussion.
With me or with her?
Oh, why the fuck do I have a 10:30 alarm?
In your nap.
Sorry. Discussion with you. But
Not thinking yourself
she
to be my mentor, are you? Or is there more interpersonal things that conversation will involve?
personal things. No, you far outrank me.
That's so. How do you know? For all you know, I'm
Well,
just
you
a
see,
very competent military.
No, no. Well, see, I I could feel like you and play coy about where I got my information, but I'll tell you. Naturally, I did my duties and I called home on Christmas. They did ask about you. Smiled at her.
Did they? What they ask?
Mm-hmm. They did. Well, they asked me who you were when we both fully know that they had done research.
Research on Naomi Celestine, or research on something else?
Enough know research to know your branch and rank. That's really all they told me. They also told me not to fuck it up, but
Fuck it up.
yes.
What is there to fuck up? What is there for you to fuck up?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Hurt one's feelings, potentially. Not that I would ever want to.
Want to
Suppose I
doing?
would.
How often can we make such things intersect?
Yeah.
What if you are the...
I guess I would ask.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait. What? Sorry. No, you go ahead.
What of your other recruiters? Are you as close with them as you are with either of us?
No. My other recruiters. Well, you heard what happened to the Japanese branch, yes?
Yes. They got purged. A travesty.
Akihiko is a survivor.
Closes her eyes a little. See her frown. Was he there?
It was his family. They ran it differently. He didn't understand the foundation as a thing that extended outside of Japan or even his clan. He just assumed that that's all they were. So when he heard me answer the code, he was surprised.
Happened the same year as the strangers. The Versailles. Best running theory is that one of the Templars in Japan became a vessel. Same year. Using their connections, uncovered things about the Foundation they otherwise should not have been able to. And they identified how deep the branch was connected. They purged it. Them and everyone involved to ensure that there were no Foundation members left. How old is Akihiko?
In particular, from my understanding, Akiko's 23, isn't he?
24? 24.
24.
Be that young and see everyone fostering you with the sword. I imagine he has quite the vendetta.
Against the Spider Clan. They're the ones who did it.
The ones who carried it out. Not necessarily the ones responsible.
That is true. But from what I've seen of the Spider Clan, I would not be surprised if they were Templars.
It is my running theory. They and the Shogun. Perhaps the Shogun was the one who formed their own little sect of Templars. I've not been able to identify their Grandmaster yet. We have no agents there to do the identifying.
That would be certainly a rebuild project.
Mm-hmm.
Which I suppose recruiting Akihiko and his betrothed could help in that endeavor.
Tokugawa Mika Foundation.
I did not choose. They apparently were walking around the halls discussing something about Templars, and then Raven pulled me and them into a black room.
She scoffs initially, and then just sighs.
Yeah.
Amateurs.
And as such, you know, here I was thinking, this Raven guy, I guess he'll end up training them, right? And then he delegated to me.
Well, he's not Foundation. I don't imagine he knows exactly all of our practices.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you caught this or not, but he also gave them all blades.
Is that what that was? I wasn't exactly sure. Could see inside the box themselves. So confirmed then, he gave them all hidden blades.
Yeah, including my recruiter, and I was offended.
She squints at him. Koba. Honey. He gave your recruiters hidden blades.
Yes.
Including the one you picked for yourself.
Yes.
And it's not Foundation.
I figured as much.
That, or in some unspoken manner, he has decided to take all three of them as his recruiters, and you are merely the intermediary training them. Which would be unorthodox, counter-tradition, bordering on just wrong.
Yeah, this is a whole other thing at that point.
If he is Foundation, I have no concept of how or in what way this man operates or carries himself. If he is not Foundation, I'm very concerned with where he learned all these things.
Really?
Luma would be my first target of interest.
You think Luma has a lot of intel on us?
She is a Foundation threat, not because we believe she's a Templar. As a matter of fact, she has already sent several of us against Templars. My doing. She smiles. But she does impress even us with how capable she is at collecting intelligence and identifying patterns. I had the luxury of picking her brain coyly. She smiles. Over a certain project of hers involving the Foundation work, though she had not identified them as such, and she successfully identified 3 Foundation agents, 2 veteranos and a campione. She did not identify them as Foundation, but she knew that they were the operatives working against the Templar interest involved, which she also did not identify as a Templar. She knows a lot about us, enough that she has been able to form a connection, enough that the CIA has the Foundation written in their logs, and there's nothing we can do about that at this point.
So she notices us warring, but not exactly who we are.
It's not her concern to figure out who we are yet. We've made very careful moves never to cross interests with the CIA. Not unless we want them to direct us somewhere. Laughs a little. Tired?
Not yet.
It only gets more... Rising through the ranks is like quicksand. The harder you work, the deeper you sink.
Do not recommend I stay a humble military?
Are you not happy? You have your close confidants in compromising positions in which you must care for them and lead them. You have a close confidant, gesturing to herself, who puts you in compromising positions that you have no need to think over, much past doing what I tell you to. It's the perfect middle ground, I'd say. You only need to think about keeping those around you alive and doing what I tell you. What simple life you have. Surely I envy you.
If only that was the only factor in my life. But alas, I am also a Manfu, no?
A prophet! Yes. So you also spoke with your Zaki comrades. How did that go?
About as good as I think it could have. They don't hate me, that's a plus.
Confirms Zavimbi is a Templar. You believe they are compromised?
I don't believe they would care enough about any particular cause, whether it's found.
Don't sell your pride so short. Until there's more to suspect, let's not account for that very well.
They're compromised in a different way, it would seem. Cursed.
Cursed?
Literally.
Afflicted with what?
The Wrathful One.
She would not innately know what that means.
Mhm. Let's go.
Astral one of the 7 we have yet to contain.
Precisely.
Isn't fair.
Cursed by it. Reasons to believe that Aslan is hosting it.
Eyes widen at that. Fuck. You don't believe if he will exercise with this creature, he would turn a new leaf?
Hard to say. At best, he may become more reasonable, but he was always an egotistical man. I couldn't
Reasonable
tell
enough to
you.
allow the SDF to continue as they are, sovereign and independent.
From how I knew him, he is a man who, at this point, I don't know if his ego can be contained.
You start calling yourself a god, there's very little that pulls you back from that point.
Perhaps if you were humbled,
And if he were humbled, he'd be dead.
such is the problem with him.
So you're tapping your finger to her forearm.
Could we throw the Wonder Boy at him?
I would very much like that. Though I do now fear the possibility of anyone we sending at him becoming corrupted mid-fight. His sins are crafty.
Yes, that is also a risk that I was shown. It's dangerous to link magic with the pride.
I see. The armor of the lion stands firmly as, well, their armor. If magic can't be used against them in considerable ways, machine and tech is the solution. I suppose if there's to be a solution, there are none few.
If-
Prophets. Gestures them. What does the prophets believe should be done?
It feels like a selfish desire, but the option that secures my interests is capturing the armor.
Making them vulnerable. That would incur his wrath upon Cairo. If not for conquest, to send a message.
But yes, incur his wrath upon Cairo, but he'd be operating without his armor. You'd be vulnerable. The pride would be vulnerable.
Taps her fingers, still. Are you planning something? Or is this just theorizing. We lost one. We lost the real ones again.
Apologies, repeat the list.
Are you planning something, or is this just theories?
These are things that were thrown around at a meeting. The current plan is gather intel on the ambassadors who are leaning on the no side and try and convince them otherwise. But that's just for the ambassadorship. That doesn't solve the problem of the lion.
Hold on.
Yes.
Leans a little forward. Puts a hand on his arm. You are aware any operation taken against the Pride may and very likely will incur casualties against the very ones you hope to save.
Yes. I know.
Yet you'll fight them.
I will fight them.
Squeezes his arm a little. Shows her fingers down until they find his. She would just hold his hand.
I want to lock his fingers with hers. It's truly not an outcome I desire or even want. The best case scenario for me is a way of isolating each one of the lions and capturing them until he no longer has his breath, his lungs, his blood, his armor, and he's by himself. But I'm not naive enough to believe that that can be done cleanly without casualties, of course.
Rubs her thumb on the top of his hand. And yet it can be.
It can.
Assassins operate solely on what can be. Can be free. They are not. People can be prosperous, but they are not. People live. And yet many don't allow it. You can create to, in your heart, believe you are the best person to do it.
best person to do that.
She squeezes his hand a little. Do not doubt yourself.
I think I'm in the rare position of having power and enough investment in them to care enough to do it right.
He nods.
Even in the outcome, the lion is gone, there's still so much to do.
Squeezes his hand again.
Raffle one exercised, I still have a pride of cursed that I need to heal.
Hold on.
Yes, Naomi.
I did not ask you if you're the best person to save Africa. I asked if you're the best person to save the pride from Aslan. I believe you are. I don't believe there's anyone else who understands them like you do, or knows them like you do, or believes in them like you do. There's no one else that the world would even consider hearing their voice out. You don't have to save Africa. You don't have to save the Zaki Empire or all the conquered nations they have. But is that what you want to do? Do you...
The pride is my priority, but is the empire. It was our blood that was shed to build it.
How much of our blood has been shed around the world for things we don't get to enjoy? Or we spill more for it? Spill others.
So why can't... It would be such a rare opportunity. Why can't we get to enjoy it then?
I think you can. But if that's not what you want, if that's not what you're striving for, don't pressure yourself. You don't have to be perfect.
Feels like I lose a lot if I'm not.
No. You lose a lot more by thinking you had it. Be pragmatic. One step at a time. Build your path. Freedom. Once you have that freedom, then, one step at a time, build yourself to prosperity.
One step at a time. We've spent a lot of this time talking about me.
You're quite the hot topic.
I want to know a bit about you.
Tilts her head, sips her coffee. Ask away.
Hmm. Tell me a secret.
Smiles at him. Secret. Suppose if it's a secret I can share, it's not really a secret.
Hmm.
He thinks. Did you know Joker is the current Mentore of the Moscow branch?
I did learn that recently, yes. That...
It's just funny. When I first
It
contacted
is.
the man, he did not claim to me.
See, no, he did that to me as well.
Okay, so it's not just me then. Okay, that's good to
Okay,
know.
okay, thank you. I thought, okay,
Alright.
because
So what is wrong with this man?
I don't know, because, like, I called home, and I said, yeah, he doesn't even know where the Mentore is, and then my uncle looked at, like, I could feel him across the ocean looking at me like I was stupid, and said, Joker is the Mentore.
Ugh. Grasp at the air. Complicates things. No reason.
Exactly. Like, I had in the back of my mind a side objective to see if I could find this Mentore.
No, that man is our contact here.
Ah, that reminds me. That meeting, yes. He wants us to break into a data vault?
She blinks at him. Is that what he told you, or is that what he told everyone?
That's what he told everyone at that meeting.
I saw a lot of non-foundation there, at least
Yeah.
what I could gather of who got up and when.
There was some definitely distinct individuals who did not know the proper phrases. It's sounding like someone is trying to recruit Milo.
Squints. I heard nothing about Milo Brana. If who would be trying to recruit him? I would not exactly call him an ideal candidate for espionage.
I don't disagree.
I suppose espionage is not the only thing we do. Having
That is true.
muscle for freedom fighters is always good. Like to know who tried to recruit him.
He and Pierre seemed close.
Pierre. Oh, the gentleman that approached our table.
Yes.
He's cute.
I think they call him One Punch Pierre.
Do I want to know why?
I didn't ask.
Perhaps a conversation
I think
topic.
someone would do-
You can encounter him.
Yeah, I think something to do with Golden Gladiators or something.
Oh. Oh.
But yeah, he was hitting on you. Now that I don't remember.
He kind of just like looks aside. Yes, he was. Golden Gladiators. Was Milo one of them?
I believe so.
Pygmahos. You've ever encountered him?
No.
He is one person who we believe is similar to Luma. Hears things, sees things, picks up on things, and well, don't believe he exactly has the full picture, but he has enough of a picture. We have considered him also Foundation threats.
One who knows too much.
One who knows too much is in the business of selling information for the highest bidder. Luckily, no disasters have been tracked back to him, if he is responsible for them. But time will tell. It may be worth your time to investigate your squad mate a bit more. See how close he is to these big models.
Okay. I can do some digging.
Who knows, perhaps Big Mahos may have more information about the Templars. He does pick up things on both sides.
Fair. The other outsider at this meeting would have been Cyrus Cult.
Oh. Yes. I did notice he was very close to Joker.
Yes, I think they're close friends and he's just good at what he does, but I felt him out and he's just... Commitment isn't something that suits him.
Why so Cyrus and commitment? Only thing I can ever say he's committed to is his money.
Precisely. So, although skill set wise, he could be an excellent agent.
Of that I'm sure.
I just, well, I'm certainly not going to try and recruit him.
I cannot be bothered with egotistical men. Please, no more. Joker can have his fun.
And the late coming outsider who tried to just sneak in invisible would have been Agent Glitch.
She rolls her eyes and then looks at him. How much did he hear?
He didn't hear the interaction with the code phrase, but he did hear there was a code phrase. Yes.
Takes a breath in. Joker does not recruit him. I can't simply pretend I don't know that. He is a liability to other agents who have families and friends.
Yeah.
Perhaps you should mention that to Joker next time you see him.
You think I should also mention to him? Think I should talk to him as a mentore, or let's keep pretending that he's not?
I'd keep pretending like he's not until he decides to admit it. He doesn't want to be treated like he is in high authority. You're going to be speaking to him as if he's just of higher rank. And that there should be someone out there who hopefully takes this Weiss Osiris and Milo Bremer under their wing before they end up with two less muscles upon their databank heist. That would be very unfortunate for all parties involved.
That would be unfortunate for all parties involved. What? Yes. Glitch, Tommy, he missed that part.
What did Joker say he wanted with this databank heist?
He just wanted to ask some questions of this AI that's in said databank.
That's right. I managed to sneak a peek at Templar's report. The Hive AI, at least the Hive Mother, is thought to be in the databank.
Yes. And his objective is to just ask it a few questions.
He works at him. Sure, that's just...
At least that's what he's... Precisely, and at least that is all he said in front of that mixed company, so...
That's all they need to know. If I were to take a wild guess, I'd assume he wants to copy it, or at least learn of a way to steal it. Do you know this Hive in depth?
Unfortunately, no. I had a very limited interaction with a Hive agent that... Well, they're not still around.
It's believed that they are a highly advanced artificial intelligence that has been procuring more and more information over the years, to the point where now it is considered a hive mind. It can connect to computers, reach far beyond and control multiple things all at once. We don't have exactly reports of its specs or limitations or really much else besides what it is whispered about and talked about. I fear Joker may upset something. Kick the hornet's nest.
What? Joker? He wouldn't.
I sure hope not. Suppose, who am I to question him in his decisions?
That's such a weird brain thinking where we can, if we pretend we don't know he's a Mentore, we can question it, but well, he seems to have a plan.
How much do you trust Mitch?
I don't think I would recruit him.
Why? Why not?
He kind of like thinks of how to answer that. Well, for one, in his current state, it would seem that he is vulnerable.
Compromised.
Compromised, yes.
I did gather that much from his confession the other day.
Mm-hmm.
How much of Glitch's identity is classified? What is his connection to Tiger?
Yeah,
Classified?
believe. Yeah, that is very classified.
She smiles at him. You're not going to tell me because of that.
Like, I do want to tell you.
You think it's safer for me that I don't know?
Yes, probably. There's a lot of things that operate like that, unfortunately.
Allow me to tell you some things and perhaps you can help steer me away from certain danger where I should not go poking. Agent Tiger,
Okay.
the son of Zakar Lebedev, or at least a creation of his.
Mm-hmm.
Glitch. Supposedly, Agent Tiger had a curse removed on him that allowed him to age forward. I feel like that is not entirely the story. Seems more likely to me that Agent Tiger had his mind transferred into this older body. However, come into a small hiccup, which, remember the Glitch Knight. Seeing him fighting alongside the Kinesis Knight several years ago, a memory that did not exist, at least not for my logs, up until very recently, up until I first saw Agent Glitch. Squinting at him, trying to kind of gauge his reactions.
Should we make an insight check?
Insult check. No, she doesn't have guidance. Mm-hmm.
He is on the right track. Like, she can tell from his facial expressions that she is on the right track, but she's missing crucial details that he really wants to share, but is holding back.
Goes on. Zakar Lebedev, once a member of the Templar Order, now excommunicated and hunted by his very own. He's a traitor to Russia. Once their most prized scientific mind, now their most wanted. Man capable of producing clone children. Capable of producing bioware that can facilitate vessels with cyberware. Still kind of scanning him over. My working hypothesis is that there were two versions of Tommy Lebedev. One that took very close kinship to Ritsas for as long as he was there, only to disappear 4 years ago. Then, next scene, this variant is younger, naive to the world, no memories. I wondered just how interconnected Glitch was with the previous counterparts. If my hypothesis is correct, and he was Sakar Lebedev's creation or son in some way, that would make him a Templar. By family, if not by indoctrination. I don't know if Agent Tiger is a Templar. Yet to believe he wasn't. Also begs the question of how deep is the Russian branch exactly? Russian sect of Templars, I should say. Are the Ritsars compromised? Some. A few, maybe. Is Commander Templar a Templar? The mother to
That would be a bit.
Lich Knights?
That would be a bit on the nose, now wouldn't it?
One might say it's very much on the nose for someone who has the idea.
Mm.
And here you are telling me you don't trust Lich enough to recruit him, despite having spent a considerable amount of time with him. You do not exactly harbor any questions towards Cordelia or Mika. Lich, that one holds you back. Do you know that he's a Templar?
Hard to gauge is the best answer I can give.
Are one or more Commander Templar's altars a Templar?
Even harder to gauge.
Tommy said his mind is not quite his own, but he does hope that those working around him will collect the resources enough. Off of how others at this meeting, at that reading, spoke, it seems that there is some shared knowledge that he was already in this compromised position. He's working for Zakasta, as was already expected of Tiger, but he's working for Zakar. Zakar is no longer working for him. Some disconnects, some family struggles currently that he wishes to remove himself from. Have his Ritsa confidants, his old commander and current squad mates, have some amount of influence in changing the outcome. The old associates of Zakar, old rivals, old enemies. Let me ask you a simple question. If Zakar Lebedev died tomorrow, would that be a good thing or a bad thing, based off the information you have?
For who?
For the Foundation.
For the Foundation. It may be an irrelevant thing.
Foundation would have nothing to gain and nothing to lose if Zakar Lebedev were to turn up dead. If we sever Tommy's ties to his creator, that would not enable you to recruit him.
I would truly need to have another conversation with the man.
It's not a no. It's not a yes. But the fact that it is a possibility implies that I'm right on the money. Leans back in her seat. Zakar Lebedev ended up dead. Would that make you happy?
For the sake of Tommy, yes. In terms of my own personal goals of potentially needing a large army of mechs to kill a man, probably still yes, but
Yes.
the man has uses.
Man has uses. He still serves a purpose for still serves a common good. But his death is not a loss, because there's something else that is gained in its wake. It would make you happy for Tommy, because that would free him. It would make you unhappy for a long run, because he would be too dead to aid you. You see your thinking on that? And if Tommy were to have his neuroware replaced altogether, keep his cyber implants, but his neuroware, the component which controls his body, is switched out, would you still feel the way you feel about Zakar's death or continued breathing? Or would that change your opinion?
If the threat of such compromising was no longer an issue, then the blood that is no longer mine to carry. The boy would have full autonomy.
With his neurowell restored, would that make him then a possible recruiter in your future?
I still need to feel him out, truthfully. I will say, if it was up to me, I would not have recruited Mika Tokugawa either.
Fair enough. Do you know of any other Templars within Moscow?
None that are safe to mention.
None that are safe to mention. I see her grin. Why would mentioning them be dangerous? There's no way. The eyes of the world are shut up completely except for you and me. She leans a little closer down. So why is it dangerous for you to mention?
Must we continue this?
I quite enjoy watching you squirm. Could of course be straightforward and truthful, and then this would end. You know of other Templars that are close. You do not want to engage them. You don't want the Foundation, at least, to engage them. Other Reed-size compromised.
He remained silent, for he does not know how to answer that.
Some that would read your mind and expose the truth. She pats their hand together. Very well. I'll leave it at that.
He exhales.
See her stowing on that for a sec, kind of mulling all of that information over. Apologies if that felt pressuring. I did intend for it to, but still, I do care about how you feel.
So what did you say?
She said, apologies if that was a lot of pressure. I did intend
I
it
did
to
hear
be,
that.
but I still care about how you feel.
That's comforting to know.
Believe it or not, taken a liking. How long that'll remain, I don't particularly know.
Oh. What are the factors in that?
Whether we stay in close proximity to each other, whether we win this war, I suppose is more importantly.
He'll kind of lean in a bit. So, for as long as I stay near you, you'll continue to take a liking to me.
Yes, I think I will. But of course I don't
And
want
then-
to muddle things with your other affairs. Things must
Model.
remain to a certain amount of professionalism. I can, of course, abode.
You think you would muddle my other affairs?
I am advising you not to muddle your other affairs with me, as I believe it would be wise for most men not to put their hands in more parts that they can handle carrying.
Sort of tilts his head to the side of that. Well, keeping this analogy, what does carrying your pot entail, Naomi?
Slow simmer. Isn't a lot of time I can dedicate to. She looks to him. Whatever this is, my priorities always and firmly lie with my career.
Naturally.
Tear, still weighing it in her mind. Means dealing with someone who can't always tell you the truth. Even when they want to. Even when they should.
Could you accept the same from me?
Completely honest, no. I don't particularly like being lied to or being kept in the dark. I don't like other people trying to manage the things in my life, thinking that they know better than me. Call it egotistical, narcissistic, but there's no one who can run my life better than me. The elements in my life even more so.
That is fair.
Not here to compare woes, face struggle Olympics. When you're in my position, lacking information, it's very much the difference between life and death. I don't like feeling like I'm inviting chaos by inviting someone I love close to me. That's why I don't tend to do so.
That is understandable.
What about you? What do you care? What's your package?
Thinks of how to answer that. I suppose. Someone who will put the lives of others before his own to a detriment.
Makes her frown.
But at the same time, is of the belief that he'll still make it out either way.
Faith.
You said faith?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you could call it that. I am not suicidal. Don't get me wrong, but I will take the risk. Especially if I think it's worth the cost.
Starts to say something. Stops.
Go on.
The cost would be losing you.
No. At least, not my life. Perhaps parts of myself. But I was already brought before the crossroads. I don't intend to return there again before my time.
What exactly do you want with me?
Yes, a lot of things come to mind. Your time, your affection, your respect, your favor.
To use them.
So is it?
Just to have them. To use them.
To share them.
So,
You.
why me? You have no shortage at your partners. You see the way you are looked at. The way you carry yourself. You're not like most men with power. Most men with charm. Why me? Do you know?
I suppose. I like the way you look at me.
Am I an exception?
Is that so surprising?
Not to say that you don't like the way others look at you. Or is my gaze just particularly special?
It is different. With other people, the way reasons I hold affections for them aren't all the same for the affections I share for the ones back in the Zaki. That's a different connection than the connection I have with Vanya, which is a different connection than to the one I have with Cordelia. But then with you, it's always been something different. Truthfully, I don't know what it is. I can't quite put a word on it, but the easiest way is you make me nervous in a good way.
Seems we share that.
And because of that, I want to be more careful. I don't want to hurt you, so.
Closes her eyes, reaches a hand out, kind of playing with his coat now. It's a good start. What of Vanya? What of Cordelia? Since she seems to share some special affection with you. How did they fit
What am I-
into your intentions with me?
Cordelia is an interesting case. She has her own boys. It's not really. There's currently a physical affection with her.
There isn't.
There's not currently a physical connection with Cordelia, no.
Oh. And your girlfriend?
That's something new, something unexpected. Don't quite know how to put words on that one. It's sort of. Guess there was a connection of sorts, but.
Is that one mostly physical?
It is both physical and emotional. It's quite physical, for she has been deprived that ability for a long time. And it seems her love language is also touch.
I can see why. Challenges are not meant to impose on us, they're meant to teach us. That's why I like coming up with solutions, so that my next move will be bolder, not safer. Not sure how anything between us will go in the long run. I suppose it takes a breath in. Makes me nervous to think about it.
A sentiment we share.
As I said, I cannot dedicate much time to us, whatever it is. Just know that when I have you available, you're enriching. Something about the way you think, the way you carry yourself. I wonder if all Zaki men are like this. If you're one of a kind.
I am one of a kind, but I can't say that there isn't an allure to other Zaki men.
That's so.
Not that I encourage you to go looking. I'm right here, after all.
My eyes can see many things, even while they're closed. I think it would be healthiest for the both of us if we don't grow too attached. Not yet. I'd like to at least be out of Moscow before I revisit this. If I'm going to invest more. That being said,
I can.
Hmm.
Oh no, you carry on.
I do like your company. If it's the term. If you're fine being my work husband, then I believe we.
I will.
Mhm.
I will gladly be your work husband, Naomi.
Pulls a bigger smile from her face. Does me being your work wife conflict with any of your other relationships? Is there someone I need to talk to?
Truthfully, from my understanding, as long as you treat Vanya nicely, you won't have anyone pouting at you.
I would never dare to hurt a girl. She is the loveliest snow bunny I've ever met. Learned quite a lot about her.
Nah, her calling Vanya Snow Bunnies sending to come the fuck out.
I've endeared
In
myself to
that
her.
case-
She's a very sweet girl, very kind. And God, does her brain work. She just kind of makes like a gesture, like shooting up for the sky. Only other person I've met that can keep up with me when I'm rambling theory after theory is Raven.
Hmm. Raven able to keep up with disciples. Interesting.
At least the man is inhuman. Something about him. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, and perhaps I may never fully find out, but it's not just the Bion. It's not just the head of security.
You think he might also be a hive?
No. If he is, he's done a very good job of keeping it hidden. I believe it's more so the mind behind the mask, the identity. I believe that holds the answers I seek. But never mind him.
Hmm.
It's you. No. Shared snow bunny.
Yes.
Is she going to find this, gesturing between the two of them, arrangement to her liking?
I believe so. I think she just wants to know you a little better.
I would love to get to know her a little better. Picked her brain a few times about the Ritsars. Mostly work things that You could not share.
Hmm. I see you muted. I don't know if you can still hear me, so I'll refrain.
I'm back.
Alright. Maybe we should do an escape room together. You learn a lot about people in one of those.
Are you sure you want to put yourself in a contained room with the Despair Knight, myself, and a bunch of puzzles?
That sounds like a delightful time.
Are you going to be trying to solve the puzzles?
I can try my best to keep up with you two.
She like
But I know
looks off into the ether, like she's looking at like a fourth dimensional camera, and it looks back to him.
He says, but I know my strengths, so I would just be making sure you both are as comfortable as possible.
Be delighted. Sounds fun. The harder the better.
I have to find one rated high enough to challenge its two disciples.
Make it something more allegorical, more metaphorical, less less one solution needs to the next, more got to think outside the box, more riddles and brain teasers than actual find the number of bottles that need to be arranged in a certain order.
Oh, I might have a chance then.
I'm thinking about you, Patton.
That's always good to hear. And, like, take her hand and kiss it.
Vanya and Remnant, Cordelia, the only two relationships you have like this. That you hold in a special place.
Yeah.
She knows. You'll be keeping yourself open for more.
I'm not actively seeking more. Is what I will say.
Were you actively seeking the three you have now?
Yes.
Really?
So, with Cordelia, once again, she has her own thing going on, so...
What a special girl she is. When did you start investing in me?
Sorry, what did she ask?
When did you start investing in me?
When I came to you after I've had that strange conversation with Mika. And then we had that lunch date with the two of them. And then plans were set for a future date, but
Well, unlikely to be acted upon.
I always thought that was a shame because I was looking forward to going on a date with you.
Nothing's stopping you now.
Eh? Here I am in a black room with you on a coffee date.
Please. I know you can be more romantic.
Oh. And I plan to be. But I felt this conversation was important first.
Very much so. Are you satisfied with how we are?
I am satisfied with the current outcome of this conversation. You've set boundaries that I can respect.
See her like not fidgeting a little bit, kind of like rubbing two fingers together in her other hand. Just so the record is clear, it is not out of a lack of desiring more. It's just a responsibility not to.
I know.
I have a question for you.
Ask away.
If the war is won, those who remain. Where do you plan to go? What do you plan to do with the world freed up once again?
I would need to take time to figure out my pride. Figure out where they are to go, if we are to stay in the Zaki, if we are to go elsewhere, where can they even be safe? But say once that responsibility has been set into motion, well, hopefully by then I'll have a handle on my ability to move for long distances. The world would be my
very
oyster.
interesting to see. Not met many
Precisely.
people with the ability to spatial shift like that. It is an incredibly dangerous technomancy to invest in, considering just as easily as you can pull things through spaces, you can also pull things halfway or partially through spaces. And no one likes being half here and half somewhere else when a portal closes.
I have been shunted before. It's not fun.
Hunted. Sounds like you got lucky.
Yes. But nonetheless, hopefully, the world could be my oyster. I could go wherever I am needed and wherever I am desired.
Wherever you are needed, wherever you are desired. Commendable ambition. I'd like to see you reach it.
What about you?
I'd like to go to Mars.
Huh.
At least one visit, round trip, not one way. I don't believe I'm very cut out for farming.
I think our people have done enough farming for generations.
I could not agree more. It seems almost irrespective of them for me to send myself off to another colony to labor away.
How long is a round trip to Mars and back?
We are still working on spatial shifting technology. We are working prototypes have been made for a hyperdrive, I guess for lack of a better word, but the ability to traverse at incredibly high speeds while we're maintaining the integrity of the ship. Miss Diana Walton took our prototype to Mars. As you can see, it worked. She managed to make the travel in 1 month's time. Of course, when they arrived, it malfunctioned upon turning off, so they cannot get back. And if now they can, they did manage to fix it, but just goes to show you, it's an imperfect craft. Lots of things can go wrong. But she shrugs. If things are repeatable, a month, and a month back.
Okay. It would be unfortunate, but I think I could survive 2 months of your absence.
She seems almost offended. It's playful. Oh,
Barely, of course.
barely should be right. 2 months. Don't have a... Well, I suppose 2 months for you away from me is not necessarily 2 months away from any kind of intimacy.
Naomi, do not only go to you for intimacy.
I know you don't, but I would hope that if you didn't, you'd crave it.
Of course.
2 months. Could not be me.
Well, assuming you reach your goals, then you can expect me waiting for you at the spaceport.
She smiles a bit. And looks off to the side. See her foot now bouncing a little. That made her happy to hear. Oh. How do you view my Nova?
Sorry, heard I what here?
How do you view my Nova?
Oh.
Felicity.
I like her.
Is that it? I thought she'd made a strong impression on you.
We that was a very unexpected moment of intimacy is what I will say. Not necessarily unwelcomed. I mean, Jesus Christ, Sam.
What?
You swapped me the fuck out. Like, oh.
I heard it and I was like, what a strange time for the the dark, pensive, calculating music. Something nefarious afoot.
Yeah. And like, I mean, we did spend Christmas night together along with the others. But
very fun. Very much would like to repeat that.
All of them? With all of them?
Was a bit much keeping up with, what was his name? Voxen.
Bulb? Yeah, Voxen.
Him and you, and Nova, Twilight. You're very, very needy.
I am not that needy. Just... If you need me to swap duties, I can swap duties, is all I'm saying.
Not once did I say I disliked caring for you. Or them. No, not necessarily with all of them. I think fun is fun, but I do like catering, to that which I'm more closely tied to.
But yes, Nova did leave a very strong impression on me. It's...
All I can do is counsel you what I would imagine is already obvious. Not play with that girl's feelings. Not that you would intend to. Simply that you are what I would call a ball of yarn in terms of emotions for her.
Yes.
She wants to play with it, she wants to smack it around, but once it starts unfurling, she doesn't know what to do. Not necessarily lose interest, but more so it may frighten her. Frighten her to see just how Zaki you still are. How deeply you'll still be going forward.
I suppose that is also a source of my hesitation in that regard.
Being cautious and considerate. Wise. Does not mean that you should limit yourself from exploring whatever you want to explore.
Yeah.
I know she liked the intimacy during Christmas. If that's all you're going to leave it at, it's probably for the best. If there's more, just keep that in mind.
I always try to be mindful.
Is there anything else you wanted to run by me in private?
I think those are all the things I wanted to get off my chest, unless you have any advice regarding the Zaki ambassadorship, because...
Ugh. Yes, that is a predicament to be in. Most of my support lies with the Ivorians, considering our branch remains very strong there. Queen herself has invested in the Foundation enough that the royal family is aware of our existence.
Can I talk to them?
I don't see why you can't. It's more so of should you.
Well, if the SDF is using the name of Amanfu to sow dissent, why not offer the actual person, no?
Offer to the SDF? You're hoping your name might sway their opinion some way.
It can depend. There's a lot of angles that can be taken. I feel like
Allow me to throw a wrench in your design. Whatever
Okay.
designs you have working. SDF. For all we've tried and done, is lost.
Mm.
Even if the arm of the lion were taken from the pride, I don't see why Aslan would not still, well, press onward. Even if other members of his pride, his forces are greatly damaged, suffer insurmountable losses, he would still have razed Cairo to the ground. And with them, there'd be no defense left that could stop the remaining forces from taking over Egypt. With that, the Middle East is lost.
so. Your recommendation is to not invest in the SDF in the first place.
I think if you're hoping to save your pride and deal a blow to Aslan, Egypt needs outside help.
Okay. Thank you for that.
She nods.
I always love hearing your thoughts.
As for the ambassadorship vote itself, well, Vok is a Templar. Julie de Leon, no, via your information, seems to also be on the list. Can't kill them. At least we can't. Not unless we have a very clear way of making it untied to anything relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Accidents happen, and in times of accidents, it is best to move forward rather than meddle. It could be.
I
Vok.
suppose what...
Mhm.
Suppose what throws me off is if Savimbi is a Templar, those other ones are also Templars. Would they not just be yes votes? Why impede each other's desires? Is it not to make it so obvious?
It's exactly where I am still lacking in information. Templars typically do roll hand in hand together. Unless they're different sects of Templars, in which case maybe they're not as tightly knit as they'd want to be. Competing, perhaps.
Perhaps. That would probably explain that. Different sects.
It is that, or the Templars see more value in Dazaki not being allowed in, keeping them as an other, as a foreign element, a third party, something that then the UN cannot regulate, cannot observe, cannot bring before the Geneva Tribunal.
Yes, as well.
That is the main reason the Ivorians are actually in support of the Zaki gaining their ambassadorship. Because then the king and his warlords can be held accountable. Not necessarily now, but after the vampire are dealt with.
No, that is a good angle that I can push for. Those who don't want to give them the ambassadorship, I can say that this give them the ambassadorship so they may be held accountable. Not great for the pride, but
Certainly not. It's the game of politics.
I'm
Some pieces must be sacrificed.
not a politician,
Oh,
but I must be.
I'll add this. Julie De Leon has always been a suspect. We don't know how deeply intertwined the Templars are with the Syndicate, but it's my belief that at least Julie De Leon is a accomplice to the Dominatrice. The way her agents have been caught conducting themselves. Some of the stuff that Alpha Team recovered in Barcelona, Spain. Some of the other things I've collected from our Paris branch, how little of them we have left. The woman is deeply ingrained in syndicate affairs, either profiting it off of it, manipulating it for her own gain, or some way regulating it.
Are we certain she isn't just La Dominatrice herself?
No way of confirming that. No descriptors or identifiers about La Dominatrice other than it's a she, and even that intelligence isn't necessarily 100% confirmed. I suppose it's a fitting identity. I would not be surprised if, when Julie de Leon stops breathing, the Dominatrice's entire empire crumbles. But she's also a French general. She's Lancelot's mother.
Ugh. Is he compromised?
I don't believe so, but she ponders that. I can't rule anything out.
Such are these games.
She like cups his face, pinches his cheek. Welcome to my world.
Glad to be a part of it.
Me too. She'd lean over and kiss him.
He kisses her back. It's so funny because he was about to ask.
The instinct. After she finishes kissing him, just kind of leans against the table, doesn't go back to sit. Any other plans for me?
Not for today, but most assuredly, yes.
There's much I need to consider the information you provided. Do keep me in the loop if you learn anything new about our targets or potential dangers.
You will be one of the first to know.
Smiles. Would you
Thank you.
would you want to make this more regular?
Coffee dates in the black room, or just coffee dates in general.
Both.
Yes.
I think I could fit you into my schedule. Not long, like 30
Oh.
minutes to an hour. I do want to know more about you.
Likewise. But I would hope you'd be able to fit me in. I am your work husband, after all.
Sometimes the things we do for our careers calls us to be very distant. You know what they say. Love finds a way, you know.
Love finds a way. And we'll stand. As they're heading out again, he'll lean over and kiss her one more time.
Kind of grabs the collar of his jacket, pushes him against the door. That was the last one. Another one, and you're not leaving this room.
Contemplation in his eyes,
Yeah,
like
stares at him.
another time.
He like almost like lets out like a hell breath. Another time.
And he'll like adjust the hair out of place on her face, and then make sure she's prim and presentable.
do the same for him. The exit.
And the next. And I think we're good.
Alrighty. Very cute. It's very sweet. It's very dear. Very demure.
Everything. Everything I wanted out of that RP.
Bye, stream. Check in next time. Hunter Killer.
Bye.